In today's top story, Donald Trump just dropped a new Epstein bomb on Air Force One. That's right, when he was talking to reporters, Donald Trump couldn't help but further hurt himself. How's it going, everybody? My name is Hunter Avalone with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, as this Epstein scandal rages on, even reporters were recently left stunned as Trump's admin just viciously argued and fought each other.
Yell Obama, you could yell hoax. And you know what? It's always worked. But never before has he done it to distract people from something that is so fundamental to the MAGA movement. And that's why I think he's in some trouble that he's not ever going to fully get out of. Even if he kind of gets through a few weeks, he's lost the trust of some people. And he is not necessarily going to get that back.
Emily, enter your phenomenal piece of reporting from the weekend. Take us through it.
So I'm in Scotland right now with the president and his team. And what people have been telling me is that Trump is growing increasingly frustrated that this issue just won't go away. His team, which is normally very well equipped to handle issues that the president doesn't like and get them out of his sight, it's not working, as you guys have been talking about, and he's really getting annoyed about it. Some of that you can see in public with the way he's handling reporter questions on the subject, but some of it is coming up in his private conversations, and he's getting annoyed that his staff can't figure out how to get it to go away.
Emily, who does he blame?
That's a big question that we've been trying to figure out. His staff have a lot of feelings about who's at fault, and they're pointing fingers at each other. What I've been told a few times now by a few different people is that the president learned from his first administration that firing top officials who are involved in things he doesn't like sometimes actually makes those stories live longer. And so I think he's learned to be a little bit more measured before speaking publicly or even expressing very pointedly who he thinks is the singular person at fault.
Still, as this Epstein scandal continues on, more of Epstein's victims are speaking out.
From 16 to 19, Virginia was at the mercy of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Entrapped by psychological chains she could not break until they made this outrageous proposal.
So I spent years with them being manipulated and abused and used, and it wasn't until they told me, I want you to have a baby and we're gonna give you an allowance, but we also need you to sign a piece of paper that says this child does not belong to you. And you know, I wasn't a maternal person back then, but I was like, my womb is not for sale.
But now, in today's top story, Trump just dropped a new Epstein bomb on Air Force One. Take a look at this.
Epstein has a certain reputation, obviously. But just curious, were some of the workers that were taken from you, were some of them young women?
Were some of them?
Were some of them young women?
Well, I don't want to say, but everyone knows the people that were taken. And it was the concept of taking people that work for me is bad. But that story's been pretty well out there. And the answer is yes, they were.
Yes, they were young women?
What did they do? In the spa.
In the spa?
Yeah, people that work in the spa. I have a great spa, one of the best spas in the world at Mar-a-Lago. And people were taken out of the spa, hired by him. In other words, gone. And other people would come and complain, this guy is taking people from the spa. I didn't know that. And then when I heard about it, I told them, I said, listen, we don't want you taking our people, whether it was spa or not spa. I don't want him taking people. And he was fine, and then not too long after that, he did it again, and I said, out of here.
Mr. President, did one of those stolen, persons, does that include Virginia Jeffrey?
I don't know. I think she worked at the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people, yeah. He stole her. And by the way, she had no complaints about us, as you know. None whatsoever.
We've seen how...
Okay, so is anybody going to ask why Donald Trump was employing 16-year-olds or 17-year-olds at his spa? Isn't that a little weird? The timeline of events is also incredibly screwed up. Based on what Trump is saying, now it sounds like he was actually aware of Epstein's proclivity for young girls, but he allowed Epstein to stick around for quite a while. All in all, Trump should just not talk, because every time he does, he just makes things even worse.